Hmm.
And we are live! Welcome to the 102nd episode of the Beer Bullshit Show! Woo! I'm the host, Chris Bennett. We got the always lovely Amy. So, Amy, before I tell about my wonderful trip, okay, um, to Chicago and Wisconsin, why don't you tell the audience what you're drinking tonight?
I actually just opened this up. I just cracked off the wax seal on it.
Okay.
It is from Nickelbrook Brewing Company. It's a 2017 Kentucky Bastard. And it's no surprise, 11.9%.
Of course.
70 IBUs. It's a small batch. I haven't tasted it yet. It's from the label. It says we kicked it up a notch with our Bolshevik Bastard Imperial Stout, aging it in Kentucky bourbon barrels for a full year. The rich chocolate coffee flavors from our Imperial Stout are married together with the vanilla oak and warming alcohol from bourbon barrels. Together they are one. The result is an incredible blend of rich aromas and flavors. So, we shall see if their description. Let's see if it's worth the hype. I don't know.
Beer's from Canada.
It's from Canada, since we were talking about hockey before we came on. From Canada.
Hey, Amy, I've got a new tagline for you for the show.
Yes.
It should be if it ain't 10%er, you's a bitch.
If it ain't 10%er, you're a bitch, and if it ain't got good head, you suck.
Oh.
It smells very bourbony, but yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, this is really good. I guess it earned the yeah, fuck it.
So
well, I mean, when you put wax on the top of a bottle, you know, it better be damn good because it takes a lot of extra effort to get in there.
That's true.
I'd say this lives up to the hype. It's pretty. It's boozy, but it's not super boozy. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyways, I digress. Go back.
Okay. Well, before I do my recap of my trip or whatever, I'm drinking the Antwerpen Stout. I still got some stuff left. I think I'll be able to hit some of the stuff that I brought back from Wisconsin and Chicago maybe a little later on. So, all right, my trip. The wonderful wifey and I, we went out up to Chicago to visit some friends that we hadn't seen in a while. I want to give a shout out to Kathleen Polizzi, Julie Fox, Steve Duttner, Amanda Parsons, Ken Prazak. Really, really good libertarian people up there. And I've known them I know them all for a long time. So, I met a few newbies as well. So, we went to eat first we met Kathleen at her house up in Harvard, Illinois, which is like not even like 10 miles south of the Wisconsin border. So that was really convenient. And her husband, I want to give another shout out to Ward Green. He's got a restaurant called Bunk's Place. It's an Italian American restaurant. in Harvard, Illinois. Really good food. We both had it's called a Papa Burger, which is it's almost like a pizza burger, and it was really good. It was a really good burger, and I want to give a plug out to I want to give a plug out for Bunk's Place. If you're ever in the Harvard, Illinois area, go check them out. Really good food, decent prices. Um, you'll like it. You really will. And then if you get to meet the owner, tell him Chris Bennett sent you. So, and then what else? And then we went into the city. Well, I wouldn't say into the city, more into the suburbs a little bit. We went to Benny's in McHenry, and they had a lot of beers that I can't get here in Springfield. They got the I guess Cigar City is now distributing in Chicago, and their beers are really good. There's this one called the Holly or something like that. It's an IPA, and it's one of the highly rated IPAs in the country. So I got me a 6-pack of that. Got me a 6-pack of what else? Revolution's Sun Crusher. It's a hoppy wheat beer. I got some IPA from Ailman Brewery. I got the current Firestone Walker Laponic Distortion. That's another IPA.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, the Laponic Distortions.
Yeah, I like them.
I love them. I love them. I love them. And I got the Lagunitas Waldo. So
I haven't had that yet, but I've been kind of beer snobby, I guess, for lack of a better word, with picking up Lagunitas stuff.
I like Lagunitas. I mean, I
like Lagunitas. That's not what I'm saying. I've been a little snobby on it.
Well,
I haven't picked up anything in a minute.
I mean, if I'm going back, if I'm just sick of like just trying new stuff, and I just want to go back to an old friend, basically. Okay. I usually pick up like maybe Hop Stupid. That beer will knock you the fuck out. I'll tell you that much. With the IB, I know it's only 8%. I know it's 8-9%, but the IBUs is what it kicks your ass.
I don't ever get sick of trying new beers though. When I get sick of trying new beers, I'm like, how do you get sick of trying new beers?
I do. I get to a point where I'm like, I don't want any. I live in the limited distribution, so new beers don't come in and out of our market very often. All right. I mean, I got to go out of the market and seek out new beers. Okay, and I'm rarely out of Springfield. Okay. Unlike, you're able to, go up to like Pennsylvania or, down to Virginia and stuff like that once in the blue moon or something like that. I mean, my district is pretty well covered. And if I do try any new beer, I got to go to like a regular brewery or microbrewery or something and try something there, I guess. I guess that's what I'm trying to say,
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Benny's. I got all that good stuff. And then we went to this brewery in Lake Barrington called the Wild Onion Brewery. We got there. We had a few drinks or whatever, and then we went to sit down, and a lot of our libertarian friends came over and ate with us, and we were just talking and stuff like that, and we had a good time. So, and then Saturday, we got up and then we went out to Salem, Wisconsin, to meet Rachel and her husband Gary. We ate at a place called the 75th Street Inn. And they had some beers on tap. My wife got the Wisconsin beer cheeseburger or something like that. It was delicious. My wife couldn't finish it all. She was like, "Do you want some of this?" I was like, "Yeah, that looks good." I said, "Shit, I should have gotten that instead of what I got." So that was good. And as we were walking out, I was like, "Hey, where's a good beer store?" And they're like, "How far do you want to go?" I go, "I don't know. I got some time." And they're like, "Well, if you head out towards the interstate, on the other side of the interstate, there's a Woodman's. And it's a huge grocery store. It's huge. You know, like Bigley. It's huge."
Hey, babe. So,
I'll try.
So
Rick was. I'm sorry. Rick was just doing the little hand motions to me, so he didn't make noise to tell me he was getting ready to go get in the shower. And it was so ridiculously cute. Oh my God.
Oh, anyway, no nudity on the show.
Anyways,
so we went out to Woodman's, and as soon as I got there, there's a huge liquor store inside the store.
mhm.
It's huge. So I went in, and as soon as I got to the beer section, there was like 2 freaking pallets displays of New Glarus beers. And I was just like, ooh, this place is going to get me in trouble already. I mean, if I would have had the money, Amy, I could have dropped $300-400 like that at that store.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh. So I think I had a beer dasm. And
I was gonna say you might want to calm down a little bit on that one.
yeah. Anyway, I bought a taste of the Moon Man, and I got a whole bunch of other stuff too. And I was just like, I think I'm set for a while on the beer. So, but then I found out. Guess what? I found out I'm getting at least $200 in bonuses from work. So half of
Nice.
it's gonna go pay off some bills, and then the other half is gonna pay the fucking feds. They want their money, assholes. You know, taxation is theft, right?
Indeed.
Well, anyway, that was, and then we didn't get back home until about 9:30. But we had a good time. It was nice to get away from Springfield for a while.
But you'll be out here pretty close to my neighborhood. Here,
Yep, I'll be out there
come break of the
towards
season.
towards the end of July. Middle to the end.
You get to hang out with me and Rick, and it's gonna be awesome.
There's Scott White.
Hey, and
there's
there's Scott. Hey, Scott. Yes. Here you go. I'm dancing. It's gonna be awesome. Awesome. You should come out. Yeah. Scott's like,
Oh, by the way, Scott, we are live, so
No.
just want to let you know.
Good deal.
Okay,
How's everybody?
we're doing all right. I was just
awesome.
finishing telling about my trip up to Chicago and Wisconsin. So got me some beers, got me some New Glarus,
Nice.
got me some
Good
New
deal.
Glarus Moon Man, got me some Moon Man.
I do want to
What
go
are you
on the
drinking,
record to say,
Mr. Scott?
tonight I'm actually going. I got a sixer that I'm going to be, partaking on. Founder's Porter.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Just a
That's
nice
a good one.
solid porter. Oh,
Yeah,
It's going to be that, and probably some Angel's Envy. I've I've been in a bourbon mood for like the last couple of days.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Have you had some of that yet?
Scott's,
Yeah, I have.
Scott's gonna get
What's it?
real with it.
What, you said bourbon, right?
Yes.
What's the texture of it?
It's really nice and smooth. It's supposed to be. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, but it's finished in a port wine barrel.
Okay.
And, it's kind of difficult to say. I mean, you still get that sweetness. You still get a little bit of that caramel malt, kind of coming through from the corn whiskey. But at the same time, I mean, you get that nice, smooth barrel kind of flavor coming through it as well.
Okay. And how much did that puppy? How much did that puppy run you?
45.
Woo!
That's not too bad.
I also had a shot tonight of Blanton's bourbon, my favorite bourbon, out at the bar, and I also had one of it's called Jefferson's Reserve. I got a picture of it, but at the same time, I never had it either. I seen the Jefferson. I guess it was just the Jefferson's whiskey. Even the bottle has a picture of him in the background or whatever, but at the same time, it's a small batch series. I don't know really who makes it. I haven't delved too much into it, but at the same time, I mean, it was really, really good, really sweet. It had a nice undertone to it because of the fact that it was aged in French oak barrels, and it kind of gave it a little sour tartness to the whiskey itself. Almost reminded me of an IP or a bourbon that was aged in like a weak IPA.
Awesome. Like I said, we were just finishing up talking about my trip. Spent about $150 on beer.
Nice.
Got some stuff that I wanted. I went up to Wisconsin to grab some New Glarus, of course. So, other than that,
I've made a commitment.
By your Lagunitas.
I'm done with the Three Floyds.
Because of the pricing?
Yep.
But that's not Three Floyd's fault.
Everybody said they're getting overpriced.
That's why I go straight. That's the reason. That's the reason why I go straight to the brewery, because I'm not paying grocery.
Yeah, I'm not going to travel that far for it.
I'm not paying grocery store prices for that.
That's what I'm asking. Which beer are we talking about? I missed something. Oh, okay.
Zombie Dust just cost me like $17 a 6-pack.
Oh my goodness.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, not worth it. Now, if you're going to charge, especially for a pale ale, I mean, granted, it's a really, really, really good pale ale. But if you're going to charge like $9.99 all day, sure. And that's what I told the brewery too. I sent them a message. I was like, I know that this isn't really your fault. I said it has to do with distribution and also marketing. I said, but at the same time, I said $9.99 for that all day long. I said is 2 thumbs up. I said, but when you're going to start going like $15, $16, $17 a 6-pack, no.
Yeah, it's partially it's the distribution and where you're getting it's fault.
Right.
Because your distribution, Three Floyds sells, and since I'm in the distribution business, I should know. Okay, when you get beer from the brewery, they charge you a certain price.
Right.
And then the distribution is going to charge the stores or whatever a certain price, and then the store is going to charge a certain price too. So what you're looking at is Three Floyds might have sold it for, let's say, $40 a case. All right.
It's actually, even if you look at what they sell it for at the actual brewery, it's $12 a 6-pack.
Oh, so they increased their price then?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Because it used to be $40 a case.
Well, it's $12 a 6-pack right now.
Wow. $48 for a case?
Nope.
That's $50 a case.
Nope. Not for that.
Yes.
So anyway, okay.
We could probably get Founder's Breakfast Stout for a whole case for cheaper than that.
So Three Floyds is selling to distributor at $12 a 6-pack, and then the distribution is going to sell it to the customer for $14.
Yep.
And then the customer and then they're going to sell it to you for $16, $17.
Yep. Everybody's got to make their dollar.
Yep. Which is, I don't know.
It sucks, but I get it.
It does. I mean, it really does suck.
I look at it as, like, you know, not only a consumer price point, but I look at it as in, you know, like you said, the store's got to make their money, the distribution's got to make their money, and the brewery's got to make their money. I see the trickle down price point, but at the same time, I mean, as a consumer, I'm like, really? There's still something that I could get better for a cheaper price point.
Right. I understand. I went into Woodman's in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and got a case of Moon Man for $30. So,
well,
I was happy.
When I went ahead and bought that 6-pack, they were all trying to get me to buy a 12-pack or a whole case, and I was like, for this price point, that case is going to sit there.
Yeah. And even at Woodman's, they're for New Glarus, it was like $7.49 a 6-pack. But if you bought a case of it, you saved $2. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna buy a case." So,
well, I mean, if it's something that's not really distributed in your area and you go
it isn't.
To that area, yeah, I could see that more than something that's like already distributed in your area, and then all of a sudden you get this giant price hike, and it's just like it's not really warranted. And I see this; it's coming all the time. I mean, everybody's like, well, just look at the president's tariffs because of the fact that he put tariffs on aluminum. Yeah, well, at the same time, it's just going to cost 2 cents a can on aluminum. So therefore, the brewery is going to charge an extra price point. The stores are going to, or the distribution is going to charge an extra price point, and then the stores are going to charge an extra price point because of the fact that everything's got to go up just a little hair, but everybody wants their money.
Right.
And that's why I said I really do. I get it. But and we all, not only as, you know, what we do for the beer industry, but we also got to look at it as consumer price point as well, because of the fact that is that beer actually worth that price point to buy?
Right.
If it's not, I mean, we can always go over to something else for a cheaper price that might be a little bit better.
And you know what, Scott? You know, in times of these, okay, that's when innovation rears its great head.
It really does.
Because someone's going to come out with something that's a mix between like plastic or between plastic and aluminum.
Right.
Okay, and they'll bypass all that, and people are just going to be like, "Well, shit, you know, forget cans anymore. Let's do this new one." And then then what? And then the steel and the aluminum.
I really do. I see within the next, you know, so many years, I really do see craft beer coming in like plastic bottles. I can see that. I mean,
that kind of creeps me out, Scott.
I know.
I mean, not even gonna lie.
the crap beer took
But
it
I mean,
so many
but I mean, it's not like I'm not going to put it into another delivery vessel before it goes in my mouth.
that was out there a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That came across kind of weird.
But
I mean, I'm
all
gonna
get
put it. I'm going to put it in a glass, but it still is. Yeah, I
Well,
just don't even like to think about it.
Have you seen
But the thing is, at the same time, I don't mind cans, but at the same time, when cans first came out, when craft beer started really kind of going with those, I was a little apprehensive of it. But then came the crowlers, which I really do love the crowlers. Actually, we have one in the fridge, which I didn't open up tonight because I decided to get into the really good stuff. Just so you guys know, I mean, I really don't drink this awesome stuff every night. And when I do, I text it to Chris just to make deals.
Yeah.
But
she loves me that much.
But no, but I mean, but I like I do like the crowlers, and I like the crowlers because you can get them and you don't have to pay for them. Like you do the growlers if you forget your glass jars at home or whatever.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But plastic just seems kind of ick to me. I mean, I guess it can grow on me the same way that everything else did, but it just seems ick.
I mean, yeah, I do get your point. I mean, especially if it's going to be a clear plastic or something like that. I mean, they have to come out with. I know I've seen some of the crap beer come in brown plastic bottles that kind of emulate the actual beer bottle. But at the same time, I mean, we all look at them as like that's nasty. That's what crap beer should come in.
Yeah.
So
it's like, isn't that what natural ice should be?
I think so.
Just saying.
But I mean, like everybody
oh my
says,
God!
I mean, this is when innovation's going to come
Chris.
out.
7-0. The Flyers are losing their asses. Sorry. I keep peeking over at the television. I know I'm not supposed to be looking. I know I'm supposed to be focused on you guys and my beer. But
you need to shut that game off.
Rick's watching it. I can't. Okay. Anyways, beer. More beer. We have beer.
Beer will never let you down. Your teams might let you down, but your beer won't.
Shit, that's right.
My team may let me down, but my beer will not let me down. No. My beer is fabulous.
So
especially if you have
Scott, you missed
Stone Chocobesa.
Have you had I don't have Stone Chocobesa. I hate to double up, but since you missed it, I've got a Nickelbrook from Canada. Speaking of hockey, Kentucky bastard.
Canada. Yeah, I've had that.
Have you had that?
Yep. The barrel aged version.
And like I said, they made it hard.
It is the barrel aged version.
This is the bourbon barrel aged version, and they put the waxy top on it to make it hard for me to get into. That's damn well better have been good.
That's by Nickelbrook, right?
Yep. Anyways, that's what I'm drinking right now. It's excellent.
They also do the Bolshevik.
Yes.
The barrel aged Bolshevik is better. It is really, really good.
Anyways, I'm very pleased.
And it is that I really know this stuff.
A product of Canada.
Hold on 1 minute.
Canada. This is hockey beer.
I'm gonna.
So I'm watching hockey beer.
Let me get down of here.
I'm talking to you fucking Americans.
Scott,
are you a hockey fan?
I am. I like the Red Wings. and the Bruins.
I'm immediately
Oh.
86th.
Here you go.
Me and Chris almost had
Look,
to
yeah.
stop being friends.
Here's it.
Almost had to stop being friends the other day.
Here you
More?
go, Ontario.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see what you got.
And
All right, boo.
where the buffalo roam.
Where?
This is a it is a barley wine. It is by Cascade Hops, Munich and 2-row malts. Ingredients are water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. It is 90 IBUs and it's 11.2% alcohol by volume. And it's a Canadian barley wine. It's actually very, very
Sounds
good.
pretty good. I was like, it sounds good.
I've been getting a lot of these Cameron Brewing Company.
I've never heard of it.
I've been getting a lot of these down here, and they're not bad at all.
Well, you're in Ohio though, so I mean, you're getting stuff coming from out of Michigan, which I guess makes sense that you're a Red Wings fan.
Yeah, I used to live there.
Yeah.
But
You
no,
lived in
this is that.
Detroit?
Yes,
Bless your heart. Yes,
this
I
is
just
actually
said
imported by it's called imported by Esper Beverage Company out of Canton, Ohio. So it's actually coming straight from Oakville, Ontario, Canada, straight to the distribution company or the beverage company in Canton, Ohio, which is not that far from me. So it's
Sounds
not
good
even,
too.
it doesn't even hit Michigan, thank God. It has to come through the border that way. But
The less anything touches Michigan, I think the better it is.
Oh wow.
I could say the same thing about Chicago, Mr. Christopher.
Oh
we
wow.
could say the
You know,
same
some of
thing
the some of the best
could say the
beers come
same
from
thing about-
Michigan.
Baltimore, I mean, Murder
I
City.
didn't. Don't even get me started about Baltimore.
I seen a meme today that said
I live
the
in
best thing about Baltimore is their seafood restaurants.
Nope, I got murder capital. Yay, I got fentanyl capital. I got opioid
Oh my
overdoses.
God.
But you know what? I got Heavy Seas. I got Duclaw. And right down the road in Frederick, I got Blind Dog. I got OC Brewing Company.
I'll give
I
you
got
that
good
too.
beers all over the place. You know what? So for all these dumb bitches I got around here, I got a lot of good beers. And you know what?
That's
I got crabs. God damn it. I got
God.
crabs.
No, you didn't.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. I ain't ever eaten as good as I eat up here.
I had a good dinner tonight, man.
You get steak, it's got crab on it. You go to the Chinese restaurant, you got crab on it. You go to the sushi restaurant, you got crab on it. You got fucking crab on fucking everything. And I'm not talking about the little ones that crawl around in your little pubic hairs. I mean, we got crabs.
I went out.
They're
I
awesome.
had a couple of drinks before dinner, and then we went and got. It wasn't like it was fried chicken. Got some fried chicken.
Fried chicken?
Oh yeah, I had some fried
You
chicken.
can't have no fried chicken. You can't have no
Are
fried
you talking
chicken.
about in Baltimore?
I had no.
Are
hell
you
no.
talking about in
I'm
Baltimore?
talking about me. I'm talking about me. I went out and I had some fried chicken. I had some potato
Oh, well,
salad.
see, you're
and then
talking,
I come home.
about fried chicken out there
I
in
come
Ohio.
home.
But I'm telling you,
I had
we get the best fried chicken right here in Baltimore, too. I'm gonna tell
I
you.
had me some carrot cake on top of that, and then I had some more good beer, and then I had some whiskey. I'm like, that's the best dinner.
Fried chicken.
Yo, I'm gonna
Fried
say
chicken.
y'all
You
eat fried
think you are
chicken too.
black?
Y'all
You think you are black?
let me
You ain't
explain
black.
something.
You
Let me
fried
explain something.
chicken.
I am a
Fried chicken with some tater salad.
Southern woman. I am a Southern woman, and I will tell you, Baltimore has the best motherfucking fried chicken I ever had in my damn life. I ain't lying.
You ain't
Between
been
the
to Ohio
crabs and
yet.
the fried chicken, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't know.
Y'all either.
Y'all ain't been here. Y'all don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say this shit. Look, I mean, because
Whatever.
I'm always giving props to the South. You know, back to my homeland. You know, because y'all all know I'm up here in Yankeeville, but now I mean, Baltimore is fucking boss on food. Can't
Boss
beat it with
on
a stick.
food, but
Yeah, because if
no, you can't beat it with a stick because everybody's shooting you.
Yeah, if you can't kill him with bullets, you might as well just kill him with food.
It's either bullets or needles.
All right, y'all keep making fun of where I live, but I'm telling y'all, I swear to God, I haven't weighed myself in like a month and a half. I think I've put on probably like 10 pounds.
No, you need to
Well,
be
it's about
like
time.
30 or 40 more.
Oh, shush! No, I do not. What do you guys want me to be, a fat ass?
Whatever.
No, but I swear to God, if I at the beginning of the year, I think I weighed in like right at 105 pounds, and I'm probably pushing 120 right now.
Yeah, it's about time.
I mean,
it's about time you got
thank
a little
I've
weight
been-
on them
I've been
bones. Come
eating.
on.
And drinking because we got Heavy Seas right down the street and Duclaw right around the corner.
Nah, don't sit there and talk about weight until you can get at least 150.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I've been eating and drinking good.
No. What she needs to do is just go back to lift some weights and stuff, firm up some of that.
No, I do that too.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm weak.
Do.
I'm weak. I finally hit 160.
You're what, 160?
Yeah, I'm weak. I finally hit 160.
Oh, that's so cute. I could squat you.
Yeah.
And I weigh more than both of y'all combined.
My 13.
I'm sorry, I'm picking on you.
My 13-year-old son
I know
is
that's rude.
5'10" and he weighs 170 pounds. He weighs more than me.
Oh my goodness.
And then
I'm
Scott's
just picking on you.
Scott's like, boy, I still whoop your ass.
Oh, damn
Sit
right.
Oh no, dad power always rules. Dad power always rules over everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My youngest can't gain weight for the hell of him. I'm like, dude, you're like your dad. And then my oldest is like his mom, and he gains weight no matter what he does. Like, son,
He probably looks at food and probably gains 5 pounds.
That's what I was gonna say. You
he's
just
like
look
his
at food
mom,
and
so
gain weight.
yeah. And
Gaining weight by osmosis.
Shoveling in the carrot cake and everything else, and I'm like, good. This is so good.
We need to like figure out like a state or a county. I know we talked about it before, but we need to figure out like a place where like all of us people that are the same and awesome can move to, and we can have our own restaurants and our own gym and our own government or lack of government.
And then Scott and I, we can open up our own microbrewery.
Oh God, it would be over with, dude. It so would be over with. I mean, it would be like, look, beer float.
Beer float.
Can we make mead? Can I be in charge of mead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do mead. You guys do beer.
My son wants to make my son wants to make his own root beer.
I only have one stipulation with mead. I would love to put some. I would love to have some heather honey, which is Scotch honey. The heather flowers are indigenous to the heather hills of Scotland, and I love the heather honey that they make mead out of. It is so good.
Well, then let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
You mean
And-
I posted that on my Facebook a couple weeks ago about, taking over a county or something somewhere.
If we got to take over a county, shit, I'm taking over Philadelphia.
Why?
No, why would you want to take over Philadelphia? What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong?
If you want to take over a city, one, don't take over a city that's that fucked up. But I mean, and take over a southern city. Go where the climate is more agreeable. And
Climate is more agreeable and racist? What?
oh, shut the fuck up. Southern towns are not more racist.
I wouldn't want to go down south where, it'd be like clan meetings every morning or something. No.
Do you really think that every little southern town is that racist?
I would have said Richmond.
Really?
I would have said
actually be
Charlotte.
perfect.
I would have said Charlottesville, but that's a university town, so.
No,
if we had to
actually,
take over-
you know where would be awesome? Is Charlotte, North Carolina.
I was going to
It's-
say anywhere
or-
but
no.
Mississippi.
Oh, no, wait. Asheville, North Carolina. Right there at the mountains where the rivers come together. Absolutely stunning. It's so pretty down on there. But don't you even talk about black people not being one to know it.
Here we go.
I'll stab you with a piece of wax.
Well, at least if you can do it with an icicle, you can get away with it.
I can't get away with it with wax. Well, it melts.
Yeah, well.
Wax melts.
Yeah, but it still held DNA where water, I mean, it's part of the body, so. Just saying.
Well, maybe Christopher should mind his manners and stop be hating on Whitey.
Yeah, don't hate on me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
hating
don't
on
hate on
Whitey.
me.
See,
No, don't hate me.
I got two white friends. I got two white friends on the Beer Bullshit Show. I'm married to a white woman. Yeah, I'm hating on Whitey. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Especially when you look at me. I mean, when my kids were born, I had friends coming in going, I want to see the white baby. And you had a bunch of black people standing around, and they were like, are you fucking racist? No, his last name's White.
Oh,
So I had to deal with that.
yes.
Yeah.
You've got to be inherently racist because of your name.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm
God,
inherently racist now.
you're going to hell.
I knew.
No,
Hey,
no, I'm
You're
just
gonna
going to go
burn,
and take
Scott.
over.
You're gonna burn.
No, I'm going to go take the people out of my house. I'm going to
Hey,
DC
hey,
and I'm going to start taking everybody out of my
hey.
house.
Hey, Scott. you know what's messed up? I've
What?
known some black people whose last name is White, and I've known some
Yeah.
white people whose last name is Black.
There you go.
Oh my God, Chris. I don't think I told you this, but I had a on one of the news pages I was posting on.
Okay.
They tried to say that I was anyways, they tried to call me they tried to tell me that my last name wasn't my real last name, which my maiden name is Strasser.
Right,
Which is my
Strasser,
father's
right,
name.
Right.
right.
But anyways, they're like, that's a Nazi name. Why did she choose that last name? I didn't choose that last name. That's my dad's name. What the hell are y'all talking about? My family from West Virginia. We ain't from Germany. My family been here since the 1500s. I don't know what y'all talking about. But anyways, yes, I get picked on because of my last names. And then there's people that don't believe that even though I married some asshole guy named whose last name was Strong, they don't believe my last name is really Strong. I'm like, that's my married name. Strong's
Oh,
my married name.
Yeah, it is.
Strausser's my last name. That's my real last name. So I get made fun of because my last name is Strausser. Get made fun of because my last name is Strong. I get made fun of no matter what.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
But I ain't shooting up the schools.
Yeah, club, whatever.
Just saying.
Whatever. And I've got and you know what? And you know what? I've got an Irish last name. I'm not even don't even have an ounce of Irish blood in me. So you
don't have a lick of Irish in you.
Nope. But my wife's got half Irish.
I was getting ready. No, he said you don't have a lick of Irish in you. I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I got a lick of Irish in her.
There it is.
I was gonna ask if your wife had it.
Yep, unfortunately, I'm 51% French, German, Belgium, and 19% Irish. So I'm like, I'm
so you're part frog.
Oh yes, I am.
So all I'm hearing is you're part frog.
Yep, ribbit.
Gribbit. Good for you.
Oh yeah. I'm inherent to the drink, me lad.
But you know what? There's nothing funnier when you're like amongst friends and you know everybody's. I don't think it's just an Irish thing. But there's nothing funnier than making fun of the stereotypes for each of your nationalities.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like you can make fun of me because I'm German. You can make fun of me because I'm Irish.
It's hard to make fun of somebody
so much
because
fun of you because
German.
of your French. Why?
I mean, the French. I mean, look, they oui monsieur, I mean PP. I get that, but at the same time, it's just like wine. That's their biggest culture is wine and the city of love. Ho ho, mon ami. I get that, but at the same time, it's just like no. I get the wine culture, but the wine culture is just too meh. No, you take that pinky finger and shove it up your ass.
It's easy to make fun of French people.
Yes. and I love the beer.
But it's
like this is where I get it from my German and Belgian culture and the Irish culture. And people are like, how could you drink that dark beer throughout the summer? I'm like, that's my Irish.
But that's why people that like when people complain about people being racist, like they don't really get that it's really funny to make fun of your own culture.
Okay. Here's my big thing.
Fun of other people's cultures, like because you're French, I'm gonna sit here and be like, oui,
yeah,
you're gay.
Yeah, right.
You know. But you're gonna be like, like, hey, you're Irish. Hello, drunk ass. Blah blah blah. It's
when I die, you're gonna put a porter about my head and a barrel of whiskey at my feet.
Oh dear God, please, yes, thank you, God.
Yes.
But so much of it is in jest, and it's not meant as being malicious. And just because we have stereotypes doesn't mean that it's necessarily negative.
Here's the biggest, my biggest thing, because of becoming a constitutionalist, becoming what I am and how I am nowadays. I woke up in a cold sweat the other night because of the fact that I had like this horrible dream. And the horrible dream was actually rather funny. And most people wouldn't find it funny except for people like all of us. And I'm doing my like stand up, and I'm trying to, preach to people about the Constitutional Party and everything else. I'm over here, you got, a mixture of this crowd that is black, white, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. How many people, and I remember this truly specifically, it felt like real life in my dream. And I'm like, how many people here are of the African descent? And I see all these hands go up all over the place, and I'm like, bullshit. And I get this, I'm like, were you born here? Or were you born there? And they were like, well, my ancestor, I said, I didn't ask you about your ancestors, I asked you about you. And they're like, well, I wasn't born in Africa. I'm like, well, then why do you claim African American? And that's when I got things thrown at me and everything else, and everybody's like, wah, wah. I'm like, well, technically, you're just an American. You're nothing else than just an American. I said, I'm not an Irish French American. I'm an American.
You just whitey.
I mean,
you just whitey. Come on, you just whitey. All right, whitey.
Chris, you're fucking whitey too. What the fuck are you talking about? You're half white.
I ain't no
You
whitey.
ain't no
Come
African
on
American.
now.
You
If I was whitey,
you
I thought-
might
if I
have
was-
some black in you, but you're still American. You're American.
Hey, you know
whether
what?
Like it or not,
You know what?
You're American.
You know what? My
Oh,
wife's
no,
got a
you
little
did.
black in her too.
Oh.
No, you. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. Your wife gets more black in her than you got.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I'm sorry. Did I say that?
Wow. Wow.
That was a lot there.
Yeah.
This is the
Anyway.
truth, though.
He's like, yeah, anyway. Like, I'm not gonna talk about that. Let's just drink beer.
Yeah. Let's just drink beer.
They're like, Amy, just shut the fuck up.
I love you too, Amy.
If y'all were Southern, y'all be like, bless her heart.
I don't know, man. I was talking to somebody today, and I was like, you know what burns my biscuits? And he was like, no. Did you really just say that? I said, well, if you have to, call me Yosemite Sam. I said, and be done with it and move on. I'm like, why does that bother people? Why when Northerners say Southerner extents? Like, for example, I mean, you know, we were watching something on the TV the other day, and you know, my wife, she used to live down in South Carolina, and she's like, that person's accent is nothing like what it should be down there. It's a TV show. Get a grip. I mean, it's not meant to be reality. It's meant to be a portraying of like the time and the history.
I'm kind of missing the point. I mean, how are you directing something
it's
towards
like people up here?
me and my
you know,
me and my weird Southern people?
Well, besides the ones that are up in the hills and don't come down the hills and have like 19 cousins and family members that are all related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got the same thing in my family, so don't worry about it.
We ain't got no diversity. We ain't got no diversity. We marries our cousins.
Hell no, that family tree goes straight up.
All right, y'all niggas know it ain't even like that. All right, it ain't even
How do you
like
know?
that.
How do you know? How do you know? You ain't
Because
you ain't deep,
I know
you ain't deep Southern. You ain't deep Southern. How do you know
Hell
those
no.
folks in like Alabama or Mississippi?
Her family tree squiggles.
I'm saying it
Kentucky.
ain't like that in my family tree.
Oh, okay.
Half
Well,
my
it ain't like that in your family
family's-
tree because your family tree, you know, they're just like, oh well, we're bourbon snobs and stuff like that. So you know,
Christopher, half my family is fucking Yankee. Only half my family is
I'm
Southern.
gonna have to do this. Hold on. Let me shake this up a bit. Her
So,
family tree didn't make this. the straight tree made this
Scott.
apple pie.
Apple pie.
No, that ain't no fucking moonshine.
Oh yes,
That's
it
just
is,
fucking
ma'am.
cloudy as fuck.
No.
Moonshine don't look like that. Moonshine be motherfucking clear, and that shit you put in your freezer.
It's apple pie moonshine.
Yes.
No,
ma'am.
that ain't. Nah, that's some weak
It's
ass
apple
shit.
pie
yo.
moonshine.
190 proof.
Huh?
190 proof.
Put that shit in the freezer for a week and tell me if it don't freeze.
No, it don't. I did.
Nah, that shit's too cloudy.
It's apple pie moonshine. Haven't you heard about all these different kind of things that they're doing?
Oh yeah.
Hello, half my family's from West Virginia, Christopher.
Okay, half my family from West Virginia. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Take
I'm
me
telling you,
home,
there's too much shit.
to the place I belong. West Virginia.
All of you. I
Mountain
will fight
mama,
every single.
take me home, country road.
I'm telling you right now, this shit will freeze. There's too much shit in there. It's not clear enough.
Yeah,
You gotta have some fucking pure alcohol.
I like me some John Denver too.
You gotta have this shit a whole lot clearer than that for it not to freeze. I'm telling you, Scott, this shit's gonna freeze.
It's that apple pie. Where's some other ones? There's ones like have cherries in them.
I know specifically.
No,
there's
it
apple
doesn't.
pie.
No,
There's white
don't
lightning.
tell me.
Blackberries.
Don't buy moonshine from a fucking liquor store. If your family don't make it, find somebody's family who does make it. But don't buy this shit.
And this is the one that the family made it straight from West Virginia.
I'm telling you, it's too dark. That shit's gonna freeze.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, hey, Scott.
What's up?
Put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer, okay? Like a couple days before the next show, and then take it out and show Amy that it's real moonshine. That's just gonna
be froze. I'm gonna tell you right now. No, that's just gonna be froze. It's got too much. It's got too much else in it. It's got too much else in it.
And prove her wrong. Prove her wrong. That's the only way she's ever gonna believe you is to prove her wrong.
Yep.
Because I know my motherfucking moonshine.
I know my moonshine.
My whole family's from Virginia and West Virginia.
And she says this after she moved.
I mean, I'm not trying to be like all weird, but I mean, I got some hillbillies up in my family. I'm gonna tell you.
She does. No, she does. I'll give her that. You
stay away from them hillbillies.
But at the same time, that credibility left when she went to Murder City.
Oh no! Oh, you saying I lost my Virginia? Boy, I will drive to Ohio and whip that ass. I will fight you.
We go at it. I'm gonna tell you that.
I'll be like, booyah.
My money's on Amy. My money's on Amy.
Oh, it
only because
money's well placed, Chris.
No.
My money's on Amy only because she's cute.
Oh, there it is. He's like, yeah, she's the better looking one. He was like, so I'm gonna put my money.
Yeah, my money's on her. Straight up.
No, I'm also ornery about the days long. And it really wouldn't hurt Scott.
Yeah, you would.
All right, maybe. But,
It's like maybe a little bit, but I'm going to like it at the same time. She's like,
typical man.
Did she say you were like a pig?
Squeal, piggy, squeal.
I love you guys.
She's like, she'd be like, she grabbed my belt, put it around my neck. She's like, squeal, motherfucker. I said squeal.
Oh my God, you made me sound such a terrible person. I'm not the girl. I'm really not that good.
Oh no, no, you are.
I'm really nice deep down. Okay, yes,
for
I
somebody,
am.
for
Really
somebody,
that
no. I'm gonna point this out. For somebody that was holding on to a plastic, thing that was on somebody that was like sitting straddled like this and the Guar photo that I'm talking about.
Yes.
So yeah. So
All
I'm
right,
gonna
bless
say
your
yeah,
heart.
you are
I'll
that
just leave
bad.
it at that. Just bless your heart. Oh my God, I'm going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, listen, she's
what
Chris
are you
is like-
drinking now, Amy? What are you drinking now, Amy?
I gotta go get another beer. I'm still, I'm nipping on that little Natty Boh that I had as my filler beer.
The what?
My filler beer. I had a filler beer.
Oh, I know, right? That comes close to excommunication.
I think. Oh no, it doesn't. Because you know what? I'm awesome.
Oh.
Oh.
What is this?
Natty Boh. It's a Natty Boh. I might just drink Natty Boh for the rest of the night.
Anyway.
Well, apparently nobody's entertained by my shenanigans, but that's fine.
Well, of course not.
We love her shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. For what it's worth, it tastes like shit, though.
But see, me and Chris love to antagonize your shenanigans.
I love that you guys love to antagonize my shenanigans.
Someone's got to.
And you know where shenanigans is from, right? That lick of the otters. Mm-hmm. Look at it. There's that look.
Why y'all gotta pick on me? Because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Someone's got to do it. And I'll let you win.
Oh hell no. No. If you let them win,
I don't even think I could reach your face, Chris.
Yeah, but you could reach something else, which is more important than my face.
There it is.
Believe me. Once we're kicked there, and I'm gone.
I wouldn't do that to your wife.
Why? I ain't having any more.
But she's still got to get some action sometimes. Dear God. I got to be that mean to that woman.
But still.
But still.
Speaking of, okay, since we're not deep into the bullshit session of the show,
all right.
What do y'all think about possibly us going to war with the Russians?
No.
My opinion is horseshit.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I don't think
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't know anybody. I don't know any more than anyone else as far as what's going on with Syria, but I know that it's all way too fucking convenient, and we need to stay the fuck out of it, and we need to stay the fuck out of it, and we need to stay the fuck out of it. And he said he was going to bring our troops home, and he's bringing our troops home, and we need to stay the fuck out of it, and we need to stay the fuck out of it, and we need to stay the fuck out of it.
And unfortunately, that's not the way it's going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already seen
his advisors have already told him
I don't
that he
I
needs
don't
to get
fucking
involved.
like it, and I don't fucking like it all. But now I don't understand where the fuck this come from. 'Cause, I mean, every now and again you'll see like this little glimmer of hope was fucking Trump, where like, oh, maybe he's actually saying something smart. Like bring our troops home.
No.
Yay!
And the only reason I say no is because of the fact that his advisors get involved.
It's about bringing the fucking troops home.
Make
There's
him change
like
his
some
mind.
super. Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
Woo!
you guys go ahead and do your little thing, but you have a little rant.
Hot shit.
But yes, no, no, it pisses me the fuck off.
So Amy, you're not a typical Republican then.
When have I ever been a typical fucking Republican?
You're not a typical Republican.
I'm not even a Trump supporter.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be a Trump supporter to be Republican.
Right.
When have I ever been a typical Republican?
Okay, well,
I'm confused.
I'm just saying you're not a typical Republican because you'd be like, yes, we need to go to war, blah 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 blah.
Why do you even want to call me a Republican? No.
Well, even in my opinion, I mean, no, we don't. We need to stay the hell out of this shit.
Okay, I know. All right, hold on. I know why Chris is fucking hating on me. In Maryland, you have to register as one of the two parties. There is no third party. There is no nothing.
You don't have to register for shit.
Well, anyways, if you want to do anything, yes, you do. So I have talked about.
I say we eliminate. I say we eliminate the primaries and then and save a lot of money.
Christopher, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna punch you in the nuts when I see you.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, Christopher seemed to think it was a good idea to say, "Oh, it's bad that he wants to work with the Republican Party." Well, you know what?
Well, you could just skip the whole.
I mean,
I'm not the whole thing and go straight to the election.
I'm not. Shush, woman. I'm not gonna say I'm doing completely the right thing, but I'm trying to figure out how shit works up here. All right, so shut the fuck up and let me fucking do my thing.
Okay, well, go ahead and do your thing or whatever.
There it is.
It's just a way.
You can't get on the ballot. You can't do jack shit without being Democrat.
I think the whole party process is horseshit.
The way the whole Maryland thing is set up is fuckered. All right.
How far are you away from Annapolis?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah.
Well, this weekend at 2 p.m. Yeah, you only have two-party systems. My ass. The Constitutional Party of Maryland is holding a Second Amendment rally on Saturday, April 14th, in Annapolis, and location is Lawyers Mall, the State Circle at 100 State Circle, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401.
Yeah, they ain't doing shit. They aren't doing shit. I mean, they're not even on the fucking ballot. I mean, it looks good. It sounds good, but I mean,
you don't have to be on the ballot to do anything.
In order to get the Constitutional Party on the ballot, you actually have to join the Constitutional Party and actually get people to join it to get them up there. No, of course not. You're not going to get anybody else on the ballot. No other third party.
How hard it is to get them on the actually on the state ballot. The Libertarian Party can't even get on there. And I mean, how long have they been around?
And
You
they've been
have
around
no
about as long
idea.
as us.
I mean, if this was Virginia, you and I would be having a completely different conversation. But
That's
you and
because
I
of the
having a
fact that you
conversation
left
about
Virginia.
Maryland, huh?
I said that's
Yes,
because you left Virginia.
Because she wanted to be with her.
didn't-
Because she wanted to be with her man. Come on.
And
I didn't
what-
mean to leave
And
Virginia.
he could have came down there.
No, he couldn't have.
Why
he
not?
couldn't have.
Why not?
It was a
Or-
lot easier for her to go up there than it was for him to go down there.
The man
Work
should
and money.
be doing for the woman.
What?
Nah.
Mm,
No,
I-
woman should be doing for the man.
He's
You
no.
got
he's
that
got
shit
a-
fast
he's got a-
backwards.
and besides, Rick's got a really, really good job. So
I need to be taking care of him, not him taking care of me.
oh well, he takes care of you too. Come on now.
Booyah. We'll just leave that right there.
Yeah, well, let's just leave that like behind the couch or something, you know.
Well, she's like, yeah, it reaches that far.
Oh.
Ooh. But no, I mean, like seriously, I mean, it's a lot different when you live outside of the state. I remember I used to give Rick a lot of shit before I moved up here, about the laws and stuff like that, and you know, you'd be like, well, this is this way here, this is this way here. I'd be like, well, this is this way here, this way here. It's really freaking crazy when you really put them together and you juxtapose the way, like, Chris, your state, Scott, your state, you know, me coming from Virginia and looking at Maryland. I mean, when you look at the differences in the laws, oh my God, it's insane.
Oh yeah.
Especially considering, I mean, how much of, you know, how many was of
an imaginary
Yeah,
border, that
it's-
is.
That's it.
That's it. It's like this like little imaginary line, and no, I mean people are
And
crazy.
shit changes. Yeah, I know.
But even with my party system, I mean, we want to give power, and we want to take the power from the federal government and give it back to the states. But at the same time, look at what the states would do with it.
Yeah, I mean look what Maryland's willing to do with it.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, Chris, or not Chris, but Scott. Even though Obamacare is like no longer,
Well, they tried
law
to
of
track
land.
Well,
it.
it's no longer enforceable.
they're
Right.
they're,
Yeah.
they're trying to make Obamacare the law of Maryland.
Right.
They're trying to
Yeah.
implement it. You know.
They're trying to implement it on a state, like they do up in Massachusetts.
Right, like a state level.
And,
Yeah.
and the worst thing is I can't get him to move out of here. I just
Because he's got a good job. Because he's got a good job.
He
got a
has
good
a
job.
great job and a nice house and a great family, but I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. I mean, everything around you is for shit. I mean, that's like when I lived in
But I
Detroit.
can't.
I mean,
I can't blame
everything
him
was
for
for
wanting to stay
shit.
here either. You know.
I live here.
Just
I live
at
here in
some point,
Illinois, and it's
I
been going to shit.
gotta
So
Go.
that's why I'm trying to come up with a place where a small little county, okay, not very lot of people, so we could just go in, take over, you know, elected positions, and then just start whittling government down to almost nothing. And then we take over, and then we have our own little libertarian community. Worried about police? We don't have any. Everybody cares.
Sad. I'm sorry, it's just kind of sad.
Bend over.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet you. I bet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fucking like a turbine.
So.
Yeah, I plan on taking over my small town sooner or later. These
Well,
people
I don't really live
have
in a
no
small
idea what the
town.
hell they're doing. These people are like, you know, they've already been in trouble for embezzling money anyway.
Yeah, I don't really live in a small town anymore. I think my city's kind of big.
Now
Just slightly. Just slightly.
Shush.
So big
Don't
that
make
they
fun
got
of me.
fentanyl in every corner.
Dude, you have no idea. I mean,
I bet
like,
I do.
seriously. No.
I've been watching a lot of Baltimore like news and articles and everything else.
No, seriously, you have no fucking idea. The shit that I've seen up here is disgusting. I mean,
It's
like,
horrible.
I wouldn't even be honest with you to tell you the things that I've seen because I'm embarrassed by it because
Oh, I bet.
these things shouldn't happen. It's disgusting.
No, I bet. I mean, I hear this people from Baltimore. I hear from people in Chicago. I hear from people in Detroit.
Philadelphia is just as bad.
Yeah, right. Philadelphia, New York City.
Philadelphia. Yep.
I hear it from them all. I do know not many people. What the hell are you talking about? I'm gonna throw something at you.
Yeah, but it's fucking disgusting. And there's no reason why people should ever live like that.
No, and this is the thing. I went to one of my town meetings with
well, I mean, the thing is, I mean, like,
to run for governor, and she was like, and the biggest question of the night was, I live in between Youngstown, Ohio, and Cleveland, and the woman was like, so what do you plan on? Was asking the woman, and she was like, what do you plan on if you become governor doing with the school systems for Youngstown, Ohio, and Cleveland, Ohio? And she was like, well, what do you mean? What do I plan on doing with them? She was like, these people don't want to get involved in their school system. I'm like, well, I'm looking around and I'm seeing every single person in this room is, besides myself, they are above 45 and they're all white.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, first of all, the two primary areas that you're talking about are black as night and they are poor as shit. So why do you think that they do not want to get involved in their school systems and in their community? Because of the sheer fact that their community is for shit and they're poor as shit. This is the two primary reasons why they don't want to get involved. Because number one, when you get into a poor, drug-ridden community, nobody's going to get involved. They're too worried about their drugs. They're too worried about where their next fix is going to come from. They're too worried about making money to make ends meet. And I'm just like, what you don't understand is when the city or the area that they're coming from winds up like this, property value goes down because they don't take care of their property. Property is for shit. So therefore, you're not going to get very much taxes from these properties anyway because these people aren't making money. The Democrats have sucked these cities dry to the point where everybody's, on welfare or drugs. Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw something at you. It's the well, yes.
Say wife or your kid?
No, it's the wife. Yes, it's the Democrats' fault for allowing.
Don't throw things at your wife.
Yes. All
right, look. No, don't throw things at your wife. Don't throw things at your wife. It's okay. All right. Hey, Chris.
I really,
do you
I
want
re- I
to
really,
go offline right now?
why?
He's like, why?
Well, one, I'm gonna get off the internet. I gotta go to
Okay.
bed.
All right. Well,
I mean,
have a
no,
good
that
night.
doesn't mean you gotta go offline.
No, we're just chilling.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on, Amy, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Jaw.
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 Jaw. Don't turn around. Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Dorks.
Hey, that's a great 80s tune, okay? Shush.
No, it's not a great.
That is a great.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Falco was
Not
great.
coming from you.
Falco was great. He was a great musician. Come on.
Oh my God.
Falco.
But
Rock Me Amadeus. Rock Me
Oh my
Amadeus. One of the
God.
greatest 80s songs of all time. Mexican
but
Radio by Wall of Voodoo.
Now you got that stuck in my head, and I'm gonna get it stuck in your head.
All right, you guys officially got the game.
Amadeus.
But I'm gonna say.
Amadeus. Yeah, I bet you will.
I adore you guys. I will see you next time.
I will see you next time. Bye, Reek. Bye, Amy.
So my question to you, sir, is that do you have the summer pack in your warehouse yet?
Yes, we've had it at our warehouse for the last month.
What?
Yeah.
Trying to sell off the spring stuff first.
The majority of the spring stuff was already sold off before we even got to summer. So
Wow.
we're sitting in our warehouse with only 2 things to say out as. Can you guess which 2? What's
the
easy?
summer pack, the summer pack
No.
and the 76.
No. I meant like before the summer came along.
Oh. I'm going to say before the summer, you were going to sit on the 76 and you're going to sit on Porch Rocker.
No, what? I meant we only had two flavors of Sam Adams before the summer came in.
Oh. Well, then I'm going to say Rebel and 76.
Actually, I should hold that. There was 3: the 76,
Yeah.
the Rebel, and the Lager.
Okay.
Those are the only
okay.
things. Those are the only 3 things we had in our warehouse that was Sam Adams. Everything else was
Nice.
out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, pushing the Sams. That's what's up.
People here they do really like Sam's. I mean, the bigger stores that carry it really like it. My stores not so much, unless it's like the Winter Lager or the Oktoberfest or
like
the Cold Snap or something. Yeah,
specific seasonal.
Right. This don't really do Adams.
I plowed through one of the Sixers for the summer ale. It was really tasty this year if you can get it fresh. I've already plowed through several of the lager already this year, but that's beside the point. I only got 2 of the spring seasonal pack. It was all right. It wasn't bad. I seen a buddy of mine already get the cans. It was the summer can pack, and it was the 76, the hoppy pale ale, and there was something else in it, but it was just, I think it was the summer ale or something like that. He said the hoppy pale ale was just like really weak and not really worth it. He wasn't impressed by it at all.
Right.
And I seen the. Let me see if I can find that real quick. It was poo poo. It was the summer pack.
Well, while you're looking, I'm gonna go grab another beer. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I am back.
Thought I saved it, but I don't know if I did. Oh, so images. What do you have in this year's? Oh, I don't see this year's. I see every other year's. Oh, that was last year's. Man, I got so many photos of Sam's beard. It's not even funny anymore. I've seen a couple other ones in it. What was that? Beer buzz. There it is. Let me see. Now that I'm in there. Weber. And keep a lookout for, I'm pretty sure that you have had it before, but keep a lookout for specific spots that sell Founders, the KBS.
I was about to get it, and it sold out here in the market.
Really?
Yep.
That quick already?
Yep. It is gone.
Wow. Ours, we haven't even done ours yet.
Yeah, you also have to remember I live in a small market.
Right.
So they're not going to send as much as maybe your market.
Ours is, the three places that I normally go to get this beer, it's usually auctioned off to begin with.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah. It was here too.
Wow.
Some places it was auctioned off, and some places it was like you had to have, there was a limit on what you can get.
Okay. Yeah, that's normally what it is here too. I mean, I got like 2 or 3 places that I can probably look into getting it, but at the same time, they're like, yeah, it's only 1 per customer.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And they know how big of a beer this is, and I'm like, why do they not like at least look into at least brewing more is even for their distribution market is to begin with.
Because isn't Founders nationwide?
I don't know if they're totally nationwide yet. I don't know if they distribute to all 50 states yet. I know they distribute to most of the lower 48, I believe.
Okay. All right. I figured since I figured they were either they were or they were very close to it. So
Right. Where is Sam? I just need. Oh, look at you. Wow, I
when I
didn't
was on
know
my
that
trip,
Traveler's coming out with a peach shanty.
and you know what? We have not had any traveler stuff in here for a long
Wow.
time. I think
Really?
I think our uh the owner, I think he's not very interested in traveler stuff in here.
It just might not be doing well in your market, and they just kind of opted out of it.
Yeah, he opted. I think he opted it out. Right.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's kind of weird, but at the same time, I mean,
But if I
I
go
think
into
that.
another market, I can get it. So
Oh, okay, yeah, I think that that's what happened then.
yeah, but I think that's what the thing is with that. But we
I
carry
know
all the
Sam.
other Sam Adams stuff. So
And it's sorry because I know that they own other markets, but because of the fact that it's like too far in advance where they're
right,
located. Let's see. Raspberry lemon goza. That's part of the summer pack. The hoppy wheat ale is part of their summer um, 3-pack can set. Golden ale is part of their summer pack.
right.
I think that's the only two new ones that are coming in that. I did see. Well, of course, I'm so mad. I didn't get a chance to get up there for. Let's see. Here we go. I didn't get a chance to get up there for last year during October and November when they were doing their Sam's Mother Cosmic Mother Funk Grand Cru. That was the 2017 release. I didn't get up there during the the Thanksgiving Day event, and they were doing a Merrymaker in 22-ounce bombers that wasn't released to the public, and that kind of was like irritating. Like, why do you guys do this so bad? They also did what was called their Jingle Bell Bock. It was a bock that was aged on, I believe, Utopia's barrels. Here we have a full package Jingle Bell Bock Boston Ale, festive brew, plenty of aging to be released this year. It was 9.3% ABV by volume in 750 milliliter bottles. Stupid asses. Oh my God. They did so. I mean, the way the Boston Beer Company is acting recently is more like a, how do I want to say this? They're acting like a major brewing company should act like, and they're acting more like Heady Topper, or they're acting more like let's say Russian River on doing their limited releases. And they're only keeping their limited releases at the brewery only, not a small batch series like they used to.
Right.
And I'm like, man, you guys are like, you're killing me. Velbach, I missed out on their. I got a couple of them. I mean, I myself have been lucky enough to be on some of their lists. Like I've told you before, I've gotten Bugs and Berry. I've gotten their Cranberry Lambic. I've gotten their Black Harbor Stout. I've gotten their Blood and Sand. I've gotten one of their bottles of Cosmic Mother Funk. But at the same time, I mean, I'm grateful for what I've gotten. But at the same time, I look at what all they have released, and I'm like, ah. But one of the biggest releases had made it to the small bottles, and that is their raspberry lemon goza that is in this mixed 12-pack. So
right.
now everybody can say that they're having a piece of their small batch series that they've actually had in like 750 milliliter bottles that was released last year. Everybody said that it's amazing and that they're waiting for a review of it, but I'm just like, I haven't found them yet. Nobody's putting them out because we still have a couple of cases left in a lot of these stores of their spring packs.
Right. The Adventures in Lager or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, we've had ours in our warehouse for about 3 weeks now. Since the middle of February, right before I went on vacation. Yeah. Around Valentine's Day, that's when we got our shipment. But like I said before that, we were sitting on the 76, the Rebel, and the Lager. And surprisingly enough, I think right before, like 3 days before that, I was sitting on a whole bunch of Rebel and Lager, and my boss is like, we got in the new summer, but we ran out of the Rebel and the Lager. He goes, I know you're sitting on some in the back at one of your stores. We need to exchange some 10 cases or 10 cases or whatever. So I wound up having to ship a lot of this back stock that I had back to the warehouse so they can ship it out to the bigger stores.
Right.
So
I'm actually looking forward to this the summer pack only because of the fact that there's 2 beers in it that I really, really enjoy. But thank God they're coming back out with their Hefeweizen. The Hefeweizen's coming back out in this pack. So they got the Boston Lager, the Summer Ale, the Raspberry Lemon Goza, the Golden Ale, the Hefeweizen, and their Pale Ale.
Right.
And I'm so happy that they're coming back out with the Pale Ale because the Pale Ale hasn't been out since let me pull this one out right here. Pale Ale hasn't been out since 2011, and that was the original label right there.
Right.
It hasn't returned since then. So I'm kind of ecstatic for that one. I'm like, they're actually putting a classic back in there.
I know that you're a big, but normally during the summertime, I usually skip the 12-pack.
Most of the time, I will probably grab at least one, but that's probably going to be it.
Because I'm just like,
I'm not a fan of the summer styles either.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
Because of the fact that I like some of the classics that they bring out, and I want to see something new that they do.
I understand.
And then like the newest ones is going to be their Golden Ale and their Raspberry Lemon Goza. And I'm going to do a review on those, and I'm going to do an up. I don't know if I have that review on the Pale Ale. I'm unsure if I have that one, but if I don't, I can do it with this one, and then I can also pull that bottle and say, okay, well, I've had this one from when I first started getting into craft beer, and then I'm doing a review for you now, and here's my take on it, and here's what I remember, and then that'll probably be it.
Usually when the weather starts getting a little warmer or whatnot, I start tending to head towards like the Hefeweizens like Polliner. That's my go-to
Mhm.
Hefeweizen. I mean, you just can't beat that the German Hefes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I start drinking those. I start drinking like a ton of IPAs. I become an IPA junkie.
I can't, I don't know what it is. I like them, but I can't help it. I will call myself a stout and a porter whore for days. I can't, I've never, I like the pale ales. I like the hoppier beers, but I get burnt out on them way too quick. And where I,
The only time I'll have more stouts and porters in my fridge than IPAs is when it's really cold.
yeah, and that's normal. Everybody says that's
That's normal.
normal.
But when it starts getting warm, I want a nice, delicious either pale ale, which I grabbed a case of Moon Man, which is a
Okay.
pale ale.
Right.
Okay. Or I'll just start grabbing up a whole bunch of IPAs. But I did splurge though. I did get a uh um what was it? Um what all did I get? I got and I said this at the beginning of the show actually. I got my first trip, I hit a Benny's up in Chicagoland area, and I got Revolution Sun Crusher,
Oh, I heard
which
that
is
was
a
really
hoppy
good.
wheat. It's a
Yep.
hoppy wheat beer, and it's good. I had one, and I love the hoppy wheats. That's why I go
They're
goo
not
goo
bad.
gaga over. That's why I go goo goo gaga over the gumball head.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, but still,
and
I mean, I even have to admit, the gumball head is just like one of the best, hoppy wheat.
and the 80 acre from Boulevard is pretty good.
Okay.
Um, and then I got the what else did I get? I got
The
Firestone
one thing that's
Walker.
really
I got Firestone Walker Luponic Distortion, their newer one.
okay.
I got Lagunitas, the Waldos, this year's edition. I got this one from Ailman Brewery, an IPA, of course. And I got one other thing. I forgot what it was. And then when I went to Wisconsin, I got a case of the Moon Man, of course. I got their coffee stout. Um, and you know what? To be really honest, I'm in the mood. I could drink probably a coffee stout all year round, even though I hate coffee.
Really
I could probably drink a coffee stout all year round now.
nice.
So that's something that has grown on me because I used to hate coffee stouts all the time,
Right. I remember that.
and now I love them. I love them,
Good deal.
and I got 2 6 packs from this brewery called Three Sheeps,
I've heard of them.
and I got 2 more 6 packs from another brewery called Milwaukee Brewing Company. Um, and then I got one from Potosi. It's a oatmeal stout. That's something you can drink every year, all year round too.
Oh yeah.
Your oatmeal
Nice and
stout,
smooth.
right? And then I got another one, and then you know what? Uh, I went up there to Wisconsin, and their beer prices were cheaper than they are here.
Really?
Yeah,
It goes to show you it depends on the market.
it does. It does. So, yeah. I did well. I'm set
Oh
for the
yeah, no
next.
doubt.
I'm set for the next 45 to 60 days. But I do a lot of my drinking on the weekend, so when I have time.
Well, of course.
But,
I mean, you work like how many hours during like a 5 day work period do you work?
well, as of lately, I've been just getting 40 because I haven't been bringing in a lot of beer.
Oh, okay.
But as it gets closer to the summer, then my hours will start going right back up again.
Oh, of course.
Then I'll start hitting 50, 55, 60.
Nice.
So,
It
but
possibly. I mean, do they have you working like straight 5 days a week, or do they have you working like 6 days a week?
5 days except for holiday weekends. That's when I start working 6, 7, my
Oh,
6,
okay.
7. Yeah.
All right.
But even like on the weekends, all stores are split up by everybody. Everybody works. All
Okay.
6 of us will work. All 6 of us will work, and there's like 16 stores, so everybody will have like 2 or 3 stores.
That's still not bad.
Yeah.
Still
So
sounds like a good marketplace for you guys out there.
yeah, I mean, just one rule that I have is, since I work for Miller Coors,
That's
okay,
it.
the one rule I have is I don't buy InBev products. Anybody who's owned by InBev.
Oh, of course.
That's my rule. Everybody else is
Fair game.
fair game. And my
Yep.
bosses know this. They know, I know you're a craft beer guy and you want to know, and we don't carry everything and stuff like that. And I know you like to try some of our stuff too. We know you go ape shit over the Sam Adams Oktoberfest and, stuff like
Oh, dude.
that. Yeah.
I'm
So,
still trying. I'm still trying. I'm trying to get a petition made that they can make the Oktoberfest year round.
oh, year round? Oh, fuck
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be
Yes.
killer.
I'm still trying to get a petition together to make them have the Sam Adams Oktoberfest year round.
So yeah, I mean, they're like, we know you like to try other stuff and all that. And I go, well, I'm gonna make a deal with you. I will never buy an InBev product willingly, an InBev product.
Right. Willingly.
Okay, because a lot of these companies are like, oh no, 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 we're not. And then you find out 3 months later, oh, guess
Yep.
what?
Yep. Yep.
Guess
I,
what? You know?
I've done that recently where I didn't do my research because of the fact that I was just like, oh, well, I'm just looking for something light and easy drinking. And they're like, here, drink this. Buy one of these. I'm like, all right, well, go ahead and give me a glass of that off tap. Yeah. Well, guess what? It was a Stella Artois.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm like,
And
who owns
our
this?
our
Mm-hmm.
biggest seller for the summer, craft beer wise, it's not this. It's not the Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Goose Island, isn't it?
No, we don't have Goose Island. Remember,
I'm talking.
that's InBev.
I thought you went all in the whole
No,
market area.
just our side of the
Okay.
market.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that it could possibly be a Boulevard.
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, you guys are close enough. Who is it?
It's the Line and Kugel Summer Shandy.
Oh, wow.
That's our biggest. We go through that shit like water.
Really?
Yep. That's our biggest seller.
I would have kind of figured if you were going that route, if you're going shanties, I thought it would probably have been the Sam's porch rocker.
The porch rocker, we go through a lot of porch rocker, but it just seems like we never get enough.
Oh, okay.
We never get enough. For some reason, it's either a brewery thing or it's the transit thing. Because for the longest time, we couldn't get hardly anybody to get us anything.
Really?
Yeah. I guess
mean,
there's a shortage. I guess there's for some reason there's a shortage on trucking.
Wow. Do you guys have the Shandy out now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Shandy's been out since the end of January.
Really?
Yeah.
Ours just got put out on the shelves like this week.
Yeah. The summer Shandy's been.
Wow. Just to hear the market differences is just amazing. Yeah, ours just.
Well,
I can't believe that because I'm just like I look at the porch rocker and it's just like ours just got put out now. Summer ale just came out last week.
yeah, and we've had summer when we've had it for the last 3 weeks.
Wow. And it's just weird because we even have. I mean, you got Boston Brewing Company like 10 hours away from my house. You got like the actual like Cincinnati brewery like 5 hours away from my house. And it's just like are you kidding me? And just to hear the differences in the distribution market, it's just like either you guys sell more to put out more, or we hold them back for seasonal purposes.
I think what you guys probably do is you get more of something and we don't get as much as something. So when we actually run out, we're the first ones to get it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
Because like I said, for like 2 weeks, we're looking in our warehouse and we hardly got any Sam Adams anything.
Wow. And that's kind of odd because of the fact that they're one of the biggest craft beer companies.
Hey, and you know it's a funny thing? And you know it's a funny thing about that? There was a time when we ran out of Blue Moon.
Whoa.
Blue fucking Moon.
Wow.
We're out of Blue Moon.
I've never heard of anybody running out of Blue Moon.
We're out of Blue Moon for a week.
Holy crap.
We sell a shit ton of Blue Moon here.
Really?
People love, especially in my stores, people fucking love Blue Moon.
And this is the thing. I mean, is Blue Moon, is that specific beer, just their traditional Blue Moon, that is available all year round, right? Do you hear me, Chris?
Yeah.
Is Blue Moon available all year round?
Oh yeah. I mean, we get it. It's all year. I mean, our seasonals run out quick.
Well, I didn't know if the traditional Blue Moon was all year round.
Yeah, the traditional, your you know, that you know, their classic Blue Moon is all year. All year.
That would be my second petition for Sam Adams, is that their Cold Snap go all year round.
So because our seasonals,
I believe that if Oktoberfest and Cold Snap went all year round, that would be their top two sellers.
Our seasonal blue moons sell really quick here. My
Okay,
favorite,
here's a question for you.
My
You
favorite blue
got
moon, actually, I'm not a blue moon person, but my
okay.
favorite blue moon is the summer honey wheat. I
Okay.
like that. It's a
Did
pretty decent one.
I know that they were making a joke about it, but did they do a pretzel?
I don't think so.
I heard that there was supposed to be a Oktoberfest version of a pretzel something or other that was supposed to be available only on tap in select markets because of the fact that they were making a joke about it and it made a big stink and everybody was like, "Oh, I want this, I want this, I want this." And I didn't know if they made true on their gimmick and actually brought forth a select market only. And even if they did, maybe it wasn't just in our market.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
And if they did do something like that, it didn't even show up in my market. So
Right, right. And I thought if they did do something like that and if they could pull it off, that would just be phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just like something that would taste like a pretzel. Yeah, that would just I would love it. If they could come up with something that would taste like a pretzel and bacon, that would be my favorite beer. A salty pretzel bacon beer, perfect. Man's favorite beer.
Did I tell you that my beer sensei's moving?
No, you didn't.
Well, his fiance, I should say, his fiance, because they got engaged over Christmas.
Oh,
All right.
congratulations.
Um, his fiance, her job, I guess, is getting bought.
Okay.
There's a her company's getting bought, I think, and that she got offered a better job
All right.
down in Florida.
Whoa.
So
That's a bit of a move.
He for a while they're like debating, and then she went and moved down there, and he's all like, you know, I'm gonna move too. So he put his
Well, of
house
course.
up. He put his house up for sale, and that fucker sold in 9 hours.
Whoa. Wow. 9 hours.
Had a couple offers, and it sold in 9 hours.
Holy crap. That's amazing.
It was. He's all like, no sooner that they posted it up on their website, he had like three different sets of people come in.
Nice.
3 or 4 sets of people come in. Yeah.
Well, that's killer. Congratulations
Yep.
to him. I mean, that's awesome.
And he showed me the house that they're moving into in Sarasota.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it's Bradenton.
Okay.
Really nice house.
Nice.
Three bedroom, 3 bath, pool.
Nice.
It's a little bit more than they wanted to spend for it, but it's really nice.
Cool.
Really, really nice. I was like, fuck. I was like, if I take a vacation down to Florida, I'm staying with you guys. It's a really nice house. It's like, that's a gorgeous house. And you know what? The thing was is that the house had been on the market for so long because the roof, there's a bad roof. It's really nice inside, but it's got a really bad roof.
Okay.
And it needs roofing. The roof needs to be done. the roofing needs to be redone,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, we want to put an offer on it, and they're like, okay, but you're gonna have to get the roof done at this price.
Right.
And he's all like, no. And I was like, you fix the house, we'll offer. And they're like, well, we'll go 50-50. And the bank's like,
Okay.
no, you put a new roof on it, and then we'll accept
Right.
the offer. So they're gonna put a new roof on it, and they're gonna still get their money.
Nice.
So
Good deal.
yeah, no doubt. But I'm gonna miss him, man. That's the guy that got me into home brewing, and
Well, no
man,
doubt. I mean,
it's like losing a really good friend.
well, not only that. I
So
mean, even with today's technology, I mean, that's what I love about it. I mean, technology in my eyes is like, I hate to say this, but it's the devil. But at the same time, I mean, it depends on what you use it for. Now, in our case,
right,
for something like this, I mean, you can connect with him, and you guys can do home brews together over the internet,
right.
and you
Well,
guys can share
he's got
recipes, etc., etc.
he's got a couple options that he wants to do. One, he wants to work in restaurant. He wants to be a chef, but he doesn't want to do like he doesn't want to do the scheduling. He doesn't want to do the kitchen management. All he wants to
Hmm.
do is create food
Okay.
as a chef. He just wants to create the food, create menus, specials and stuff like that. That's
Right.
his
Right.
main focus. He wants to do that. Or he wants to work for a microbrewery
Oh, okay.
and brew beer because he can do it.
And but that would
His home brews are pretty good.
and in Florida, I mean, homebrews popping up all over the place. I mean,
Oh
that would be
yes,
fantastic.
and where he lives, or there's a third option. He wants to get a food truck,
Oh,
and there's like two or three breweries that don't have food,
nice.
so he can go to those breweries, park
Right.
his food
Well,
truck right in
that's
front.
another thing that me and my wife watch all the time is we watch those food truck wars.
Yeah, the food truck roars, right?
Yep, yep. And we watch this
Yep,
shit. Now I'm like every single time I see them, I'm like, dude, whatever you do, go to a brewery. If you go to a brewery, you're gonna sell out every single time. And what
yep,
do? They go to a brewery. They have killer sales because the brewery don't either have a kitchen and or they don't have like restaurants around the area that they're
right,
in. So when you go and take the food truck there, they're going to come out, they're going to buy your food, they're going to go back in, they're going to drink more. When they drink more, they're going to come back out and get more of your food.
right.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
It is. So yeah, that's his third option is to do that.
The one episode that I did watch, it was earlier in the food truck war seasons. They actually went. They did one in Portland, Oregon, and the one was like, we're gonna go to this place called Rogues Brewing Company. We don't know what that is, but we're just gonna go there. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, you guys are from the West Coast and you guys don't know who Rogues Brewing Company is. I'm like, you guys
That's
are
like that's like
so out of the loop.
that's like going to Michigan and you don't even know what Founders is.
Right, right. And then it's just like, it just so killed me. Even my wife, she's like, I don't drink beer. She was like, but I know who Rogue Brewing Company is. I'm like, yeah, but the only reason you know who they are is because of me. I said, if you didn't,
Yeah,
if you did, if I,
but you know what? Yeah, but Scott, she's listening.
right, right.
She could be all like "Psh, beer, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She could say,
Mhm.
beer in one ear, out the other, but she's listening.
Well, that's another thing when she goes to, like, if I'm out at the bar, and if she goes to like Giant Eagle or something, which is like one of the biggest grocery stores around here, and then she'll go in there and she'll be looking for a specific beer for me, and she'll ask people around. She's like, "Oh, well, do you have this beer? Do you have this beer?" And they're like, no, how do you know about that beer? She's like, well, my husband does this, this, and this. And they're like, oh, him. I'm like, damn it. Yeah, I've gotten to that point where they're just like, oh, him. Yeah, no, we don't have that yet. So yeah, I mean, it's good that I went to a local place the other day. I mean, it was sometime last week and now, and I was sitting there with one of my buddies that I meet at the bar. I mean, he's just one of those bar flies that you go in there and he's always there. And then in walks the person that takes the orders for Giant Eagle and their beer selection. And I just sit down and I look at him. He looks at me. He was like, oh, you're here. Yep, I am. How are you doing? He's like, I'm okay. How are you? I'm doing okay. Do you have this in yet? Nope. Then I'm not going to visit you this week. So it was kind of nice.
At my old beer store, I used to walk in and there'd be one guy and he's all like, oh, we got this in, this in, this in, this in, this in, this in, this in. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, but it got, I don't know. It got redundant. You know what I mean?
Oh, it does. It really does. But at the same time, I like irritating them because when they come up to me and they're like, oh, you got to try this. You got to try this. And be like, I already have. Or we got this, and we got this, and we got this, and we got this in. And then you look at them, but do you have this in? No. Well, no, I'll be back next week. They get so mad at that.
Yeah.
Because they know specifically who their biggest beer geeks are. I mean, certain stores know who you are, who their biggest beer geeks are, and what they're looking for.
Now my new beer store here in Springfield, they know me because I work for the distributor, obviously.
Right.
So, but they know, you know, I'll lean away from that, you know, from what we've got because they figure I've already had what we've got. Okay.
Right.
And I'll start, you know, I'll buy something else or whatnot. So, I mean, we've got this really good brewery out of Champaign, Illinois, called Triptych.
Okay.
And they do the dank memes and the memes and stuff like that. It's a really good beer. They're doing good stuff there. And then in my town alone, there's 2 new micros opening up. One of them's already open, and then there's another one opening, I think, closer to summer. So, I mean, we're getting they're popping up all around.
That's good.
It is good.
I mean, now you can start taking in your like 32-ounce growlers and getting stuff and doing reviews and
right.
You know, hey, be like, hey, you know, you guys can't get this stuff, but this is what is available in my area, and this is what I think of it.
Right.
I mean, I do like when you do reviews because of the fact that it's something that I'm not able to get, but at the same time, it's something you're able to get because it's local to you. And that's right. What I really like to see.
There's one brewery just north of me. They won a contest at last year's state fair, and they were given the title to do the Illinois Bicentennial because it's this year. Illinois Bicentennial beer.
Oh, okay.
And they canned it, and it's being distributed out all over Illinois for people to have it. So
Very nice.
I thought that was, and they were, because of that, they've been put on the map. But
Very good.
he's got this really awesome. It's a vanilla cream ale
Hmm.
with vanilla beans, and I'm like, oh, I could drink this all day long. It's that good.
Nice.
He's doing.
That's what I've been telling people all the time. Is it's like I know the national brands. I know the big boys. I know
Right.
the in between big boys. I know even some of the smaller boys. What I want to know is the I don't want to say this. I want to know the nano breweries. I want to know the upstarts. I
Mhm.
want to know the up and coming, because of the fact that even in my area, I met a guy. It was like 2 years ago, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna open up this brewery. I'm gonna open up this brewery." I'm like, "Cool. What do you got to try?" So he let me try some of his beers. Not bad, pretty good. Where are you gonna be located? So he told me, and then he got held up for some stupid reason for almost a year and a half in litigation,
Yeah.
and something was wrong with the place that he was trying to move into, and that he had to have something done to it before he could move into it. And
Right.
he's finally open this year, and I'm gonna go back down there and I'm gonna reconnect with him. I seen that he has like 6 or 8 beers on tap now. And
Right.
then there's another company like that I met at the same time. Like they're probably about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes away from me, south, and they're just about to expand. So they've been doing so well that they're looking for their first expansion. They're going from a 3-barrel system to a 5-barrel system.
Okay.
So they're now, upping the stakes, but at the same time, people are like, okay, from a 3-barrel system to a 5-barrel system doesn't sound like it's a big thing,
It
but
is a
when
big
you're
thing.
home brewing, that is a huge thing. I mean, you need so much more room, you need more capacity, you need more seating, you need more area to work
Right.
in. And they're like, okay, where we're at now, we're just going to go and expand around the corner down the street. So it's all going to be connected, but at the same time, we're still going to be brewing the same great beer that you're used to, just in a bigger quantity, but we're not
Right.
going to distribute. So
Right.
it's like that's what I really love, and that's what I really want to know, is what is in everybody's area that I talk to, like you, Amy, everybody that's on the Beer and Bullshit show. I want to know what's local. So that's one show that I would really love to do, is that we all pick up like either a crowler or a growler of something that is local. So that
Within
we can
what?
sit there.
Within what? Like 50 miles or something?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, if it's a small batch series, something local that doesn't distribute,
Okay.
that you can go to, that you can pick up, that we can all say, okay, well, this is something that each and every one of us is not going to get, but at the same time, we can showcase these beers, and these are really, really good beers, and we can show them off to everybody. And I believe each and every single one of us could do that, because I believe that you could do that with something that's up and coming in your area. I know that I could out here. I know with all the things that are going downtown Baltimore, Amy could. I know that there's things that Shane could probably pick up. I know that there's yeah. I just think that
we could do a show like that. That's no big deal. No big deal at all.
I still, unfortunately, I'll knock on wood. I still want to do the crap beer show with you. That's one that I'm going to be looking forward to, is the crap beer show.
The craft beer show.
Yeah. So just give me heads up when you're wanting to do the crap beer show, so I can go ahead and pick up like a plastic 40.
Yo, man, I got me some 40s, man. Come on, man. I got 40 right here, man. What you got?
I'll even be playing. I'll come on playing some gangster music in the background. I'll bust out my 40. I'll even have me like my hat turned back to the side, and I'll be like, "Dog, I got me my 40. I got me my jams. We gonna rock this shit, dog."
Yo, man, I got 40 right here, man. What you drinking, man? You drinking Old English? No. You drinking Colt 45? No. You drinking that Schlitz malt liquor? No. You drinking that St. Ives? No. Oh, come on. You must be drinking that Hurricane. No. What are you drinking, man? It's a local home brew. Local brewery. Local brewery? What's that, man? What's a local brewery, man? We could do like a skit like that, dude.
Oh, we could, especially
we
for
could.
That'd
be dope. That'd be dope. And then just like if I could ever do it, man, upgrade this freaking system or whatever, and then just do like an intro to the show. You know what I mean? Just do an intro, just all these different, skits and stuff.
That would be funny.
That would be funny. So, wow. Anyway, I better get off here. I gotta go.
It's getting about that time.
Yeah, it is. It is. But thanks for coming on again.
Oh yeah, not a problem, man.
I know it's probably gonna get to that point, soon. Very busy and stuff like that. So
we'll all get to that point where it's like, especially around summertime, everybody.
Yeah, that's why I take a 2 month layoff
right.
during the summer.
I just think that, maybe we could, talk to the other members. We could do like a, just go out and get something local.
Right.
And then we could also do the crap beer show where we grab up like anything that we were, growing up on or our daddy's drank and stuff like that. And I think that we could do something like that. And, I'm sorry, I'm going to knock on wood, and I'm going to guarantee you, if you hashtag some of the crap beer that is in this show,
right,
that will be your biggest show.
Oh, I know it will be my biggest show. I know. It's going to be like, watch us drink all this crap beer.
Yeah.
No, not crap. Crap. That will be our biggest. I'm gonna hype that one up. I really am.
Oh yeah, because of the fact that when I did what the heck did I do? I did Boston Light. It was the Boston Light versus the Bud Platinum. I did, yeah. It was the Sam Adams Boston Light versus the Platinum.
Right.
And that was one of my biggest views ever until I did my Sam's versus the Boston Lager versus the Boston Lager in cans, and then that was my biggest.
My biggest one outside of the Beer and Bullshit Show episode is the I did the Rouser versus the New Belgium, the Imperial, the original Imperial IPA, whatever that was called. That was my biggest one.
What'd you get on that? If you remember?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. Either that or it was the Reds, where I did a comparison of all. Like I think it was 3 different Reds Wicked.
The biggest views that I ever got was almost, I think it was something around 1,200 views, and it was either the Sam's bottle versus the Sam's can,
Okay.
or it was the Sam's the newest Blueberry Hill Lager that was only available in Massachusetts the last time that it came out. But between the two of those, it was like I almost got like 1,200 views.
Wow.
Yeah. I got like, I want to say that was like the Sam's versus the Sam's. I want to say was almost the biggest.
You know, I need to go back sometime and just pick up.
Find out. Well, one thing that I really want to know.
I meant like go back, and I haven't had a Rebel in a long time. So
okay.
Or a Rouser, you know. So I need to go back and maybe, you know, pick up a 6-pack of each or something like that. Because normally I've kind of graduated. You know, I never really go back unless it's like, I don't know, like for like Oktoberfest or the fall variety or the winter variety or something. So there's just so much out there. I'm just like, I just don't want to stick with one particular thing anymore.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of the reason why I do the videos, is because of the fact that I know that I want to do it and share my experience, because of the fact that it's going to be, and this is the reason why I do it this way, is that I will get this beer, I will pop it live, I will pour it live, and then when I'm done, I give my experience, and that's the original experience. Therefore, it's just like, if I have it again, it might not be the same experience.
Right.
Because of the fact that I've already had this beer. So therefore, if it's the first time that I'm having it, if it's going to knock my socks off, I want people to understand, hey, this is the first time that I've ever had this beer, and this is the way that I feel about it. I might not feel about the same way about this beer the next time that I have it. But if I do, I'm going to let you know. Like in my case, I keep coming back to the Founders Porter. The Founders Porter, in my example, is the best definitive version of a porter that anybody could ever have. It's thick, it's roasty, it's malty, it's flavorful. You get that nice char flavor in it. You get that nice chocolate aroma. You get that nice chocolate flavor. You get a little bit of a coffee hint to it. But at the same time, it's not overabundance in alcohol. But at the same time, it's very drinkable.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the reason why I throw up like the Founders Porter as the definitive version of a porter that somebody should say, okay, well, if you want to distinguish a porter versus a stout, what do you do? Okay, use the Founders Porter as an example. Make your porter mark right there, and then take your stout further, because stout and porter are pretty much the same thing. One's just a imperial version of the other.
All right. Well, I'll let you know when we're going to do the crap beer show. We'll go from there. We'll go from there.
Problem, man.
Well, like I always have the schedule posted on the group, so you can look
I'm
there.
usually in between. I'm in between my original Facebook or my political Facebook, either or.
Right.
So I'll see it one way or
So-
another. I'll see it.
So, all right, Scott. Thanks for coming
All right.
on. I appreciate
No,
it.
thank you.
All right, I'll holler at you
Always
later.
enjoy myself when I'm here.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you
All
later.
right, man. Thanks, man. Later. God bless.